I remember my second or third year in this business. I was getting clients, not as many as I wished for at that point in time, but every month I had one or two new bookings coming in. The problem was that I had others, clients who had already booked with me, who were nowhere to be found. And then I would hear through the grapevine that some of them were traveling again, with someone else. Of course, that's when I realized I wasn't losing clients because I was bad at my job. I was losing them because I disappeared the moment the trip ended. Not pricing, not competition, not commissions, silence. Today I'm going to show you the 5 touch points that changed everything. The system that turns one-time clients into repeat clients who come back year after year. Here's what most travel advisors believe. If the trip is great, they'll come back. And that sounds logical, right? Deliver an amazing experience, client is happy, they book again. Except that's not what happens. What happens is, they love the trip, they appreciated your work, and then life gets busy. 6 months pass, a year passes, they start thinking about their next trip, and they can't remember your name. So they Google luxury travel advisor or ask a friend. Do you know anyone? You're not being replaced because someone was better. You're being replaced because you're out of sight. Here's the shift that changed everything for me. Clients don't stay loyal to great service. They stay loyal to whoever stays present. I stopped treating travel as a transaction and started treating it as a relationship with a rhythm. And that rhythm has 5 specific touch points. Most advisors end the relationship at payment. The client pays, they travel, they come home, that's it. Transaction complete. But that's exactly when the loyalty window opens. 7 to 10 days after they return, when they're back in their routine but the trip is still fresh, send one message. Not hope you had a great trip. Not let me know if you need anything. One reflective question. Here's the exact message I use. Now that you're home, what was the moment you keep replaying? That's it, one sentence. Why this works? You're ending the journey with memory, not logistics. You're acknowledging their experience, not your work. And psychologically, this does something powerful. It creates closure with emotion instead of transaction. That's the foundation of loyalty. This is the touch point most advisors skip because they think it's too much contact. It's not. 30 to 45 days after the trip, when the glow has faded and they're fully back in normal life, send one lightweight message. No trip talk, no sales, no agenda, just a signal that you remember them. Here's an example. Random thought today. Still thinking about that hotel in Lisbon you loved? Or saw this article about Patagonia and thought of you. 1 or 2 sentences. That's it. Why this works? This is the moment clients realize, oh, he remembers us. That's emotional equity. You're not in their inbox because you need something. You're there because they matter. And that changes the relationship. This is where most advisors say, I don't want to be annoying. But here's the truth. You're not annoying if you're relevant. Once a month or every other month, send something valuable that reminds them you exist. Not a sales pitch, not book now, just useful information. This could be a newsletter, a short email, a quick update. Here are some examples of what I send. Where smart travelers are going instead of the Amalfi Coast. What's changed quietly in Europe this year? One hotel trend I'm watching. The key is no call to action, no pressure, just intel. Why this works? You become part of their mental environment. You're not the person I used when I needed help. You're the person who knows travel. When they're ready to book again, you're already top of mind. This is the touch point that separates good advisors from unforgettable ones. 2 to 4 times a year, send something unmistakably personal. the obvious ones, birthdays and anniversaries, but not generic happy birthday messages. Make them about travel. Happy birthday. If you could spend it anywhere in the world next year, where would it be? Or for anniversaries, happy anniversary. Thinking back to that trip you took to celebrate your last one, where should the next celebration be? Beyond those, send things that could only be for them. An article about a destination they mentioned loving, a new hotel opening that matches their style, a trip idea that fits their travel identity. Here's an example. This new lodge in Patagonia just opened. It reminded me of what you liked about that New Zealand property. No booking link, no let me know if you're interested, just relevance. Why this works? This is where clients stop seeing you as a travel agent and start seeing you as a friend. You're not servicing them, you're thinking about them. That's the difference. This is where you open the door without pushing them through it. Once or twice a year, send a curated idea for the next trip. Not a quote, not a proposal, not a sales pitch, just possibility. Here's what that sounds like. If you ever decide to do a slower Japan trip, this is how I structure it for you. Then outline 3 or 4 ideas, no dates, no pricing, just vision. Or, I've been thinking about what your next trip could look like. Here are 2 directions that might fit. Why this works? You're planting the seed. When the moment comes, when they are ready to book, you're already chosen, because you were already thinking about them. Here's what all 5 of these touchpoints have in common. None of them are about booking. They're about continuity. Most advisors only show up when they need a sale or when a trip is on fire. You show up when nothing is happening. That's the rhythm. And here's the one line I want you to remember. If clients only hear from you when they're traveling, you don't have clients, you have transactions. Repeat clients aren't built on great service. They're built on presence. Let me address the 3 things you're probably thinking right now. First, isn't this too much contact? No, because it's lightweight and relevant. You're not calling them every week asking if they want to book. You're sending 1 or 2 sentences that add value to their life. If anything, you're under contacting right now. Second, I don't have time for this. Each of these touchpoints takes 5 minutes, maybe 10 if you personalize it. You know what takes more time? Chasing new clients every single month because your past clients forgot you exist. And third, what if they unsubscribe or don't respond? Then they weren't going to rebook anyway. The ones you engage, those are your people. Build a rhythm for them. Here's what I want you to do this week. Pick one touchpoint and implement it. I recommend starting with post-trip closure. Pull up your list of clients from the last 3 months. Send them that one question. Not at your home, what was the moment you keep replaying? Track it in a spreadsheet, a notes app, or whatever CRM you're using. The tool doesn't matter. The rhythm does. This is one piece about building a travel advisory business where clients seek you out instead of you chasing them. If you want more frameworks like this, join 14,000 advisors getting my weekly newsletter. Link below. But for now, just start.